Hello and welcome to the Select Board update for the meeting that happened on Wednesday, January 18th. We did start at 6:15 with an executive session to discuss some property things that we're looking at, and as those become available, we will get them out to the public. We then started our meeting at 7 p.m. It was hybrid. One of our members was at home. The rest of us were in the Select Board meeting room. We had citizens participation. No one stepped up to the mic. And we started in with the discussion of changing our meeting date in April. We were scheduled for April 5th, but that's the first night of Passover. So we've updated our schedule. We'll be meeting 3 times in March and then adjusting our April schedule. And you'll see those updated on the calendar pretty soon, so you can check out. So it won't be the 1st and 3rd in April. It'll be the 1st and 2nd. It'll be the 2nd and 4th in April. We discussed we got an update from Jim Nee. He is the new director over at the Metro West Regional Transit Authority. Those buses that you see going through town on 135 and 126. It was a great presentation from Jim. So make sure you catch that and go watch the whole select board meeting. The 2 things that I took away from it was that right now they have a program called, Dial a Ride, which they've had for a while. And that is available for seniors if you need to get an appointment. And they are coming out with a new program called the MWRTA Catch. It's an app on your phone and it's being piloted in a couple of other towns where, let's say you want to take the train to Wellesley and then need to do something, you can use the Catch app to get a connection from the Wellesley train station to where you want to go in Wellesley. It's called micro transit, so who knows, maybe it'll be coming to Ashland, and when it does, we'll let you know about it. From there, we discussed the vote trash, which I know many people have been following. We have not taken a vote yet as to what we're going to do. We are looking at raising the flat fee as well as raising the bag fees. We are hoping to get some more information on the breakout if we raise one a little bit less and raise something a little bit more. So if you have input on that, make sure you reach out to the select board so we can have your input. We will have to make some price increases for both the trash bags and the flat fee. It's just a matter of how much and how we spread the cost and the expenses that we are having to cover. We approved our consent agenda, and then we got some updates on downtown on our priority projects. Downtown, they're still able to be working because the weather has been holding off. They have created a platform that they're putting the drill on to go under the railroad track. So if you're seeing that work on Main Street, that little section between Homer and Front, that is the work that's being done to take the utilities under the train track. We hit water when we first started doing it, so they had to create this new system and put a platform, but that is now moving forward. And you'll see that getting finalized. We had to deal with those water levels. You'll see striping is done, things are moving forward, some of the plantings will be happening and get updated in the spring. We had an update on some work being done at the end of Main Street over by the Ocean House. So there was a platform that was an observation deck out into the water. And as they were cleaning that out, they discovered the old sluiceway. So it was a way from water to get from the reservoir under Main Street and over to where there was mills. So what's cool is you're going to now be able to see the granite from the sluiceway, and we're going to fill in with the walkway, and then there'll be a new observation platform that looks similar to the bridges that are there. Public safety is still moving forward. We are waiting on tracks and trolley for the current doors, and at the same time, we're waiting for the correct doors. Again, we ordered them correctly. They did not come correct, so we're now trying to work out, and until those doors somehow get resolved, either the tracks for the current doors and or the new doors, we cannot move our fire department in there because of security and just keeping the bays clean and dry. So as we get more information, we'll let you know. There will be a forum on downtown on January 25th, which is Tuesday. It is a discussion about what to do with the current fire and police station that are on Main Street in downtown. It is hybrid. You can either go in person in Town Hall, where Mike Herbert will be, or you can do it via Zoom, and that link is available on the Ashland, Mass website through the calendar link. Let's see, other downtown Mindus project is moving forward. They are having many people working on a daily basis. They're even working on Saturdays so they can stay on schedule for a new building opening of August of this year. So be on the lookout for more information on that. After all of our priority projects, we then went into the town manager report. The MMA conference is a conference for select board and town management and other officials to get together and discuss and share best practices with other select board and members throughout the state, and that's happening at the Heinz Convention Center. A number of us are going, and it's always great to bring stuff back to our community from those sessions. We had an update. There was We've discovered some issues with the town hall roof. When the renovation was done, there was not appropriate bracing put on some of the beams in the roof line. And because of that, those beams are twisting and creating a gap between the roof and the sill that it sits on. So we are in the process of getting engineers into the attic, figure out how we're going to resolve that, and then also put something possibly in so that nothing can get in, animals or anything like that, in that gap. The gap won't go away, but we will look at so that the beams do not twist anymore. We had a discussion, our police department and fire department are going to be reviewing and updating our comprehensive emergency management plan. The last one was done a number of years ago. Now that we have our new chief and deputy chief on the fire side, as well as our new chief, fairly new chief on the police department, they're going to look at that emergency management plan and make sure it is current for the size, the number of residents, and the businesses and households here in Ashland. The last thing on the town manager's report was he updated us on some of the articles, some of the items in front of the planning board. So they are looking at 301 Pond Street, that has been continued. 409 Homer has also been continued, and 10 to 6 Main Street. A few things that are pretty much finalized are 100 Chestnut Street and then 501 Pond Street. So I would expect you're going to start seeing some change and some development and digging in those two locations. But of course, you can always follow the planning board meetings on what they are working on. We then had our board reports, and one of the biggest things that came out of our board reports was that papers are now available for all the seats that are on the spring election. Steve Mitchell has announced that he will not be running for select board. So if you want to consider running, ask any of us. We're willing to help, and go get your papers. And there's a couple of other seats as well. And at our next show, we'll let you know what those seats are. Well, that wraps up the select board update for the meeting that happened on Wednesday, January 18th.